Versus video live from sunny Miami, Florida.
Oh, it's real sunny.
It is a lot more sunny than where we were from.
Yeah.
Like just a day ago. So we're going to be battling two standard decks in preparation for the Standard Grand Prix, and we are actually playing decks that people submitted for us to play.
Absolutely. So I am on a really sweet 4-color Whip of Erebos deck that was submitted by Alan Muxlow. So thank you so much, Alan. Also, the deck is like all foil except for a weird signed Cider Wayfinder. But yeah, we're battling with a 4-color Siege Rhino Sidisi deck.
Okay, cool. And I am playing a Mardu Aggro deck that was submitted by Nicholas Miola.
Sweet.
So some Butchers and Rabble Masters and Crackling Dooms.
Yeah, you never played those cards before.
Maybe once or twice, but I'm pretty excited about it. So to start things off, we're going to do our typical Morph Manifest token game where we're going to shuffle these up.
I think I picked last time.
Yeah, you picked last time, so I'm going to pick this time.
So the rules of this game are, if he picks himself, it's an instant win. If he picks me, it's an instant lose. If he gets the 2 manifest tokens, it's a loss.
And the 2 morphs is a win. Yep. I'm hoping for like a morph token, then a manifest token, and then just picking myself. All right. We're gonna put that one back because this is Chris token, so I lose, but it's okay. I didn't want to play anyway.
All right, I'll go first.
All right.
5, 6, and 7. And man, these cards are real shiny. But we do have this though, so this Satyr Wayfinder. But I think I'm gonna keep this hand. We're kind of short on lands, but we do have a Wayfinder, which plays into our strategy.
This is just a beautiful hand. I'm just gonna snap keep it.
Go.
All right, let's draw. Let's go with a Temple of Triumph, Scry, and I'm going to actually keep that on top because I want another untapped mana source. So go ahead and keep that mountain, say go.
All right, and we draw. It's a sweet card. All right, so we're going to fetch. I think that we just get a Plains here, since a second forest doesn't really do anything for us. Then we do have Siege Rhino.
Uh-oh.
I think. The cards are just all foil and gold, and they just kind of blur together.
These cards are not foil, but they are awesome.
And then we're going to Wayfinder.
Sure.
Don't do it to me.
Yes. All right, we're off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm going to draw this, and I'm just going to go ahead and play this Seeker of the Way.
Sure.
Actually, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Play it like this and say go.
You're gonna give me black mana?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you black mana.
Oh man.
It's probably a mistake, but next turn I want to fire off these bad boys.
All right, well we drew a land, and then we can play this lady and go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna draw. That's not a bad draw. I'm gonna start with a. Actually, I think this turn we're just going to play Rabble Master and save some of this other stuff for next turn. And I'll make a Goblin and attack.
Well, I think that I just cash this in now.
Okay.
And I'll take 2 and go to 18.
All right, you're up.
All right, so a land would be great here. Doesn't come into play tapped.
You actually go to 17 because you fetched.
Oh yeah, 17. I guess that's not that bad.
Sounds pretty bad, actually.
Do you think I'm going to hold on to this, though, for a minute?
I feel like this Freak is actually going to be a bit of a problem this game.
That's the hope. I think that I will just pass.
All right. I feel like Freaka may attempt to activate.
Get a little freaky.
Whew. All right, well, I'm going to Thoughtseize you. Start off with that.
All right, well, I think...
Don't do it.
I think that I'm just going to cut the Rabble Master.
All right. It has been cut.
And then you get to Thoughtseize me.
Wow, okay. That is a pretty good hand.
Yep.
I don't think I take either of the blue cards because he doesn't have a blue source yet. So it's either the Siege Rhino or the Whip. And I feel like I can maybe beat a Siege Rhino this game, but I don't know that I can actually beat a Whip. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that Whip.
Especially since you have Urborg out.
Yeah, especially since I have an Urborg out. So we're going to take the Whip, and I'm going to attack for 3. All right.
I'm gonna make a snake.
I am going to wild slash your snake.
All right, my snake's
and
dead.
Trigger the first on this.
So I'll take 3.
You take 4,
Oh, you thought seized, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and you're at 18.
and I go to 22.
So I go to 11, you go to 22.
And then I'm going to scry afterwards, and we're going to keep that on top. You're up.
I think we need to play a Siege Rhino this turn, or we are just actually dead. That is the furthest thing from a land in my deck.
Is it a Hornet Queen?
It is, your turn.
Perfect. All right. I will just send in this bad boy.
We're gonna try Frigga again.
Yeah.
And I'll get a snake.
Sure.
Block.
Sure. That was probably a really bad attack, but just decided I'd run it. I'll play a Butcher. You're up.
I could have forgot.
I did.
All right. Justice.
Perfect.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so you're at 14 right now?
I'm at 11.
Oh, you're at 11? Did I... How'd you go to 11?
18. I fetched.
Did I hit you once? Oh, I hit you that turn with Seeker that I missed that, right?
Yeah. I was at 15 when you hit me for 4 with your Seeker. Right?
Oh, okay. All right. Life totals are hard. All right, I'll attack you for 5.
Can't block.
You get a 6. Go.
Good card. I don't think this does anything. So if I go to 9, I'm still dead to a Stoke and a Butcher. I guess that's my only hope.
All right.
All right.
So you go to 9 and I go to 19?
Yep.
I will Crackling Doom you. So you go to 7. All right, come on, anything. I guess I'm going to fetch in my upkeep.
What was the top card?
Top card was another land, so
Rats.
just finding a mountain.
I think if I don't brick completely on the Wayfinder on turn 2, this game's a little bit different. But
Yeah. If you hit a land off that
I
Wayfinder,
really hate that card.
I love it from this side of the board. All right, come on.
What do you got?
Attack you down to 2.
Yep.
I'll say go.
Upkeep.
Crackling Doom you. You gotta slow roll a little bit. It's important. So
What if I had countered it?
then I would have been very sad. All right, I was able to get that first game.
Yeah.
We're gonna play another one pre-sideboard, and then we're gonna move on to sideboard. So
It's also possible that I shouldn't have cut the Rabble Master, since I got rid of 2 creatures for my Frika. But I was hoping to just be able to cast any of the 4 drops over the next 2 turns, so it wouldn't matter.
I think you have to cut there because
Then you just don't attack with the Rabble. And
I just
attack
keep
with the
sending
tokens.
goblins in, and you just
Yeah.
like you don't really make any headway.
Man, these foil decks are supposed to treat you better, right?
Supposed to get 2 mana out of every land.
I wish.
I don't know. This deck treated me pretty well. I was pretty happy with it.
All right, well, I'll get to go first again.
Yep.
3, 6, 7. I don't think I've ever sneaked a hand as fast or hard as I have this.
I don't think I've ever mulliganed a hand before, but I will right now because it's a 1-lander. So
Yeah, this is actually just the best possible hand that this deck could have.
Okay.
With the exception of this could be something else, but I don't think it's going to matter.
well, at least there's no pressure for my 6-card hand to be good.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. So you've played. Now, this deck was something that kind of got a little popular during the last standard season.
Yep.
Like right before it started adding Soul of Theros to the deck. I think it could be pretty good. Like whip decks are on the decline now because of Ugin, but
Yeah.
Siege Rhino hits hard.
I want to keep this, but I don't think I can.
I get a good hand and you mold a 5.
Yeah, no. I would have kind of gotten there. Oh well. It was 1 land, but my first spell was Sportling Outburst or Rabble Master. So
Now, that Mardu list that you're playing, if I recall correctly, it's a little different than what we used to see, since it has 4 Wild Slash in it.
it also
And
has Thoughtseize in the main too.
And only 2 Chain to the Rocks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that having access to Crackling Doom is like really awesome. And
Yeah, like you don't really need Chained as much when you have Crackling Doom.
Yeah, and I think Thoughtseize is really good right now too. So.
Like Doom still lets, or Chain still lets you have some pretty sweet 2-spell turns, but Crackling Doom is just not even a real magic.
All right, I'm gonna keep this.
All right, go.
All right, draw. I'm gonna wait a turn on this because I want him to have more cards in his hand before I fire it off, and I'm gonna keep this on top.
Oh man, you should have Thoughtseized me on turn 1.
Uh-oh.
Then you could have taken what the Caryatid. Go ahead.
Is that like the most important card in your hand?
Yeah, like not even close.
All right, Thoughtseize you on turn 2. All right, well, Sidisi, we will probably have an issue. Like, Siege Rhino we can beat with the Crackling Doom, but Sidisi I don't really see us beating since we don't have a removal spell for it. So I just have to take the Sidisi here. And you're up.
All right, so you're at 18.
I think even if I take Sylvan Caryatid, it's still not great for me.
All right, so I'm going to fetch. I think I get an island here. Plaque.
I think you already have a swamp. Probably just get an island.
Yeah, the difference is if I get a swamp, then I can activate this twice, but I don't think that's relevant. I'd rather be able to have access to blue mana if you kill my Caryatid. And we're gonna Siege Rhino.
All right, so I drop to 15 and you're at 22.
Yep, go ahead.
All right, come on, Crackling Doom. It's not Crackling Doom, but I will play a Hordling Outburst.
Come on, land.
So make some Goblin tokens, and you're up.
Land. Trigger.
That's pretty good.
I'll attack for 4.
I'm at 11.
Go ahead.
Draw. Outpost Siege on cons. Go. Still got outs.
Still got outs.
Maybe.
All right. Oh. Attack for 8.
Down to 3.
I play Farika. Is she active? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Go ahead.
All right. Outpost Siege of Battlefield Forge, which means I'm already dead because this is my hand. And I do this. All right.
Man, my hand was real good.
That was a good hand.
All right, so now we get to sideboard.
All right, so let's see. How do I want to sideboard against Whip? Well, I definitely want to bring in these Thoughtseizes because they've been very good.
Yeah.
And this Abzan advantage seems pretty good too, as this is a race.
All right, so how do I want to sideboard here? Let's do your sideboard first, and then I'll do my sideboard.
All right, well, there's a lot of options here, so I'm not actually sure how I want to board, and I think that Planeswalkers are good against like Whip decks, so I think I want to bring in these Planeswalkers. I don't think that I want Mardu Charm. I think that's more of an anti-control card. And I'm not sure I want Valorous Stance because it does kill a Siege Rhino. I guess it kills a Doomwake Giant too, so I probably want it. And I don't want any of these kinds of cards.
It kills Courser. You didn't see any, but I think there's Coursers in here too.
Yeah, it kills Courser too. So I want to side out these Wild Slashes because they're just not that effective at killing the creatures in his deck. So I know that I want to cut the Wild Slashes for sure. I kind of want to cut Hordling Outburst because of
Doomwake
Giant. I'm not sure if that's like correct, but
there's also this little dance between these two decks with Drown in Sorrow.
That's
like,
that too.
A lot of people will bring in Drown in Sorrow against the Mardu decks, but I usually think it's just not good enough because Outburst usually gets cut.
Yeah.
Like even then, it's still an answer to Rabblemaster, so you might want to bring some in anyways. But
I do worry about making my curve way too high. Maybe I don't want these Sarkans because they can't kill Rhinos, and they're not that good against like Whip.
Yeah.
But I think I definitely want Wingmate Rocks, so I think I'm just going to leave the Sarkans on the bench, but I'm just going to swap these for these, just straight up.
I can see that.
I don't think there's anything else. Like I think I do want the Chain to the Rocks, even though you could potentially have Reclamation Sage. I think I still just need to be able to clear Rhinos off the table if I can.
Yeah.
And I want to keep my cheap creatures because I need to be able to pressure you. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to make this swap here.
Yeah, as good as Freaka was in the first game, I think Freaka is a card that I can cut. I'm not quite sure what we even want to bring in here. I think that I want the Thoughtseize because the Mardu decks usually go a little bigger and Crackling Doom is very good. And even though I know you have Crackling Doom, I think that Silumgar is also still very good against you.
Yeah, I think Silumgar is very good against me. I can't really attack through it.
And I might also want to bring in some Drowns, but I think that I can cut a Farika. I can definitely cut a Tassiger. There's 2 in here.
I mean, I kind of feel like Drown and Star is better than Crux of Fate, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah. This list has 2 Reality Shift in it, which I think is pretty interesting. Answers like Stormbreath Dragon, Butcher.
Butcher, yeah.
You can also even hit Sarkhan.
You can actually get Sarkhan. Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
He is manifested. What up, Sarkhan?
You can use it on your own guys too.
I think I might be able to cut a Torrent Elemental. Probably even both. I think Torrent Elemental, you really want them against the other Courser decks to just try and punch through damage.
It is a good blocker though. It does play defense very well. It doesn't block Butcher, so.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't. We'll get you out. 3, 4, 5.
Just go ahead and slide these in.
Let's see what else. So I kind of want to bring in these 4 and then 2 Drown in Sorrow. That's kind of where I think I want to be.
I definitely don't think
another commune.
You definitely don't want Ashiok against me for sure.
Yeah. So
because I don't have a lot of planeswalkers and spells.
I think that I just make this swap, especially on the draw. Like I want to have an answer to Rabble Master, an early Rabble Master.
Yeah, I think Drown is definitely worth having.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get rid of these. I don't think Cut is all that great against you, but I think I still have to keep them in just in case you have Stormbreath Dragons.
Yeah, and they kill Butchers and like Rabble Masters and things like that, so.
Let's give this one a shot.
All right.
I've historically been on the receiving side of the CDC Whip beating. I haven't played it in any tournaments.
Yeah, I mean,
which was incorrect because it was very good for the Invitational.
I mean, CDC Whip is a deck that's actually really well positioned right now too.
I think it is.
Like it's very good against red-white, and it's very good against the like Abzan control decks that are doing well. So yeah. I think it's like really well positioned.
Yeah, big problem is that if you are like on like Doomwing Giants and stuff for the red-white deck, and then you play against like the non-Hornet Queen green decks, you're just in a real bad shape because Doomwing is not very good there.
That's fair. And I think that Mardu like actually can compete with CDC because of Butcher, like we saw in the first game. Whereas like red-white has a bigger problem with that. Alright, so. Alright, this hand is very slow, but I think I still keep it. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep.
This hand is also the epitome of slow. However, if we draw a Wayfinder, it gets speed up significantly, so I'll keep it.
Okay, I'm just gonna play a fetch and say go. And I don't want to crack this yet because I still want to draw more lands, and I'm not sure exactly which kind of land I want to fetch for. And I'm going to go ahead and scry with this, and I don't actually need that land at this point, so I'm going to drop it on the floor and then bottom it.
Well, don't drop it, it's not yours.
I know, it's not very nice.
Wayfinder. You're not a Wayfinder. I'll play this and pass.
Alright, let's go ahead and draw. It's a pretty sweet one.
So this hand is actually just really bad against Rabble Master, so I probably should have mulliganed.
Well, I don't have Rabble Master, so.
Oh, we got lucky.
Yep.
We're just drawing all the cards we don't want to draw. Go ahead.
All right, draw.
Some real velocity, super fast magic.
Yeah, this is some powerful magic right here. So I'm not sure I want to just play this because it's probably just going to die, especially with him just passing with mana open. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch a swamp. Go to 19. Ooh, a foil one. 2 can play at the foil game, CVM.
I guess. Foil game's weak. See these? Go buy me a car.
All right, and I'm going to play an Outpost Siege on Cons.
Oh, that's good.
And I'm going to say go.
I probably should have brought in a Reclamation Sage. All right, well.
So Rhino time?
Yeah, we'll just Rhino. It's not quite what I want to be doing at the moment, but
16 to 23.
You never say no to a Rhino.
Stoke the Flames and draw this.
That's actually not a bad one for me to see off of the cons. Like he can double up with a Wild Slash to kill my Siege Rhino, but it's going to be difficult for him to get value off the Stoke when he doesn't have like a Rabble Master in play.
Yeah, I don't think that that's what I want to see. This, however, is something that I do want to keep on top of my deck because I'm probably going to want to play that next turn alongside of this. So I'm going to leave that on top, and I'm actually not going to cast the Stoke the Flames. I'm just going to say go.
it smells like a crackling doom. But we'll draw. And sure, why not? Combat.
Sure. I'll Crackling Doom.
It's dead.
And I take a point to do that. So I drop to 15.
And I
And
go
you're
to
at
21.
21.
Boom.
There he is.
24 to 12. Go ahead.
All right, well, this is going to be a bit of an uphill battle, but hopefully this Seeker of the Way can help pull us back. That wasn't a terrible draw, but I'm going to go ahead and cast the Seeker and then cast a Butcher.
All right.
And you're up.
Oh, a land would be nice. Ask and ye shall receive.
That's not nice.
Okay. So here we have a couple different options. I can just cast this now, which will let me get in with my Siege Rhino. Because then he just doesn't really have any good blocks. I mean, you could trade in both. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that.
Okay, so you go to
23. You're going to get an island. We're going to unlock that color.
that is a sweet island right there.
It's pretty nice. It'd be real cool if I could go like Sidisi Murderous Cut here. Ooh. Alright, we're just going to Doom Wake, trigger, and then I'll attack.
Okay, well, I can't really profitably block here, so I'm actually just going to drop to 8 life.
Go ahead.
All right. Untap. I'll flip over a Rabble Master, then draw for turn.
Less confusing.
Yeah. See, I actually have a lot of different options here for how I can play this turn.
Are any of them good?
I hope so. I'm at 8 life.
To be seen.
Yeah, to be seen. I kind of want to get this into play, but I'm not sure that it's the right line. Yeah, I think I am actually going to play this. So let's go ahead and cast a Rabble Master and then go to combat. I have to attack with this. And I think that I send these as well. So we'll run this play.
Okay. So if I block the Seeker, he could have another Stoke, which would let him trade his Seeker and Stoke for my Doomwake Giant. I think I'd rather just... I'm going to block your token.
Okay, I will sacrifice it to give Butcher a lifelink.
Okay.
And 4 damage, I'm going to Crackling Doom.
Going to Crackling Doom me.
Yep. All right, so you go to 21, and then you're going to take 8 damage down to 13, and I'm going to gain 8 damage up to 16.
Yeah, 8 up to 16. Sure.
And I'll play a land and say go.
All right.
Please don't have a lot more enchantments. Or a second Doomwake would be really bad.
Oh, I do have a second Doomwake.
All right, well, these are dead.
Attack you for 4.
I'm at 12.
And go ahead.
All right.
That Butcher can outpace things pretty well sometimes.
Soulfire Grandmaster is a pretty good one. And then we'll draw for turn. I'm not sure that the body on this is relevant. If he has another enchantment, he gets to kill it. But what we are going to do is cast it.
Rebuy something?
And then let's attack with Butcher, sack to give lifelink.
Okay. So
I'm going to go to 17,
8,
you go to 8, and then we're going to play Wingmate Rock.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to make Little Rock Buddy, a Penguin Buddy. And hopefully this is good enough to get the job done. You're up.
All right. Well, I think we need a land here to have a shot. That's not a land.
I love when you say that, because it's never a land. I like how this game, like the first thing I played was an Outpost Siege,
Yeah.
but I was able, like after sideboard, my cards were so powerful that I'm able to hang even with a lot of the big things that he's doing.
And then I've also been stuck in a spot where I can only cast one spell per turn,
That is true.
which
I've been able to cast
is
multiple
what
spells a
happens
turn.
when you keep a hand like I did. So yeah, I mean, I guess we just attack.
All right, well, I'm not going to block, so I'm going to go to none.
And then I'm actually just dead to all your fires.
Okay.
Just have a bunch of stuff that does nothing in my hand. If I can cast a Silumgar, then I might be able to live for a turn, but
I did. That game. Oh. All right, so that was game 3. We're going to go to game 4.
yeah. It might have been that one of the turns that I rhinoed, I should have cast a Caryatid.
I did have I had a Stoke in hand at the end there, so even Silumgar would not have been enough.
Sure.
Yeah. Like my hand was really powerful, but it was very slow. It was a Butcher, 2 Crackling Dooms, an Outpost Siege, and 3 lands.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Wingmate Rock was in my opening hand, not the Siege.
Doom is so good against this deck.
What, Butcher?
Doom is good against
Oh,
this
Crackling
deck.
Doom? Yeah. The Butcher is too.
I think that Outpost Siege is like one of the few ways that you're actually going to be able to pull ahead. So I think I just want a Reclamation Sage in my deck.
Yeah, probably.
I wonder if Executioner is worth having.
I don't think so. I mean, I still have like
Like, it's bad against Hordeling Outburst, but it's great against everything else.
it's not that good against Rabble Master though.
I mean, your token's going to die when it attacks. I think that I'd rather have Sage than that other Tassiger. He just seemed real poor.
Was he in your hand there?
Yeah.
There's just another 4/5 creature in your long line of 4x.
4/5 creatures.
Yeah, 4x, 4/5, 4/6 creatures.
Yeah, let's get one of these guys.
All right.
Be able to kill that Outpost Siege.
Yeah, if you'd been able to kill the Siege, you would have been able to probably stabilize and win. Just the access to 2 cards a turn was like what pushed me ahead, because your cards were just better than mine, but I got to play more of them.
Yeah, I also think that a cut, like if your
If you had a cut,
if your
yeah.
Butcher dies, then I don't think he actually can win that game.
Probably not.
He gained you 15 life and did 15 damage. I get to go first,
Lucky.
and this hand is great, so I will keep.
All right, this is a very bad hand, but I don't like to mulligan, so I'm going to keep it.
Go.
That was a bad draw. Go. Don't worry, I had faith.
Well,
This hand's gonna get
Normally here,
there.
I would just play a Mana Accelerant on 2, but since we don't have anything to excel into yet, I'm just going to Thoughtseize and play it.
All right, do you want this card or this card?
Do you have just lands?
5 lands.
All right, we'll take a Doom.
All right. I mean, that Doom
Go
did
ahead.
exactly what it was going to do anyway. Deal 2 damage to CVM.
Correct.
So, all right. Draw. That was not terrible. I'm just going to play this and say go.
All right. All right, let's Wayfinder.
Wow, you didn't
I took
brick.
the swamp. I
That's
didn't brick
really
this time.
lucky.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with all this luck. So I have a swamp, and we'll play another palace and pass.
All right, I'm going to fetch for a swamp. Just to lower my odds of drawing a land here.
And this is a game where I would like to draw Hornet Queen.
I would like to draw Goblin Rabble Master this very next turn.
No,
If you want to cut me to a Rabble Master, that would be perfect.
please don't.
I want to know what that is. All right, come on. It's not a Rabble Master. You're up.
Battle.
18.
Go ahead.
Sure.
We got
Draw.
all this mana.
All right, I am just going to play a Sorin Solemn Visitor, and I am going to make a 2/2 Vampire,
Tom Ross. Why
and
you gotta
hopefully
do-
that's
It's probably just gonna be good enough
introduce
to
me.
actually win.
be good enough to do some good things here. So you're up.
How good would it be if I had Crackling Doom?
It would kill everything I have.
All right, well, we gonna get one hit out of this one.
Gonna kill my thing and then attack my Soren. Sidisi, sure.
And we need a zombie. Lucky.
That is pretty lucky.
And we'll play a land.
Okay.
And then it'll be your turn.
All right. I will draw. Well, here I don't want him to kill my Soren, so I'm going to try to play protectively with my Soren. And I think what that means is, let's go ahead and cast a Soulfire Grandmaster, and I'm going to plus Soren and pass the turn.
All right. Whoa, that was a good draw.
Uh-oh. It's not what I wanted to hear. Is it Hornet Queen?
No.
Not that good?
No, not that good.
I feel like it's like a whip or something.
All right, well, that would be correct.
All right. Do you have anything to whip back? State of Wayfinder?
Yeah, so I think that I just put back the Wayfinder here. Like it makes you kill my Sidisi so I don't get a token.
Yep.
No, I don't think I want to whip back the Wayfinder actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Wayfinder's fine actually. All right, so we're going to whip back, target the Wayfinder.
Okay.
Trigger.
Yeah, I'm going to respond to the trigger here. And I have to decide if I want to use this Crackling Doom. Because then I was hoping to get to a point where I can just rebuy Crackling Doom every single turn. But it might be easier to get to that point with this instead. And having the Soulfire Grandmaster on defense allows me to do some stuff. So I'm going to take a point to Crackling Doom you.
All right, so you go to 17, then up to 19.
And you go to 16, right?
I go to 16.
And Sidisi's dead.
Sacrifice this.
Yep.
Trigger the Wayfinder.
Yep. Well, that's pretty scary. That's probably the best whiff you could have seen there.
Yeah, that's not. I ain't complaining.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I wish you would have hit, to be honest.
We'll attack your Soren.
Yeah, let's go ahead and eat it.
All right, so you gain 3.
I do. I go to 22.
And then it'll be your turn. And this guy's exiled.
All right. I'll draw for turn. That is a good draw. That is a fantastic draw.
Is it an erase?
Let's go ahead and play a land and make a vampire. And I am just going to say go. I wish it was an erase, but not quite that good, but...
Draw a card. Well, can't really complain about that one.
I have a feeling the Soulfire Grandmaster is hopefully going to do some sweet things. But unless that's a way to kill it.
I'll cast Siege right now.
Okay. So 19 to 19?
Yep. I'm going to activate Whip.
Sure.
Trigger.
Sure. So 16 to 22.
Combat.
Okay.
I'll attack Soren.
All right, I have to decide here if I care about my Sorin or not. I think at this point that I just have to let Sorin die because I don't want to, like, I can't sit and kill his creature he's whipping back every single turn. I have to, like, get proactive. So Sorin's just going to die here. And you're going to gain 4.
Oh, you know what? I think we missed the 2 from my token.
Oh, we did miss that.
Yeah,
You're
so
right.
24.
You
and
should
I
be
go
at
to 28.
28, yeah. And I'm at 16.
Yep. I'll go to end step.
All right. Before end step, I am going to activate Soulfire Grandmaster's ability.
Sure.
And then I am going to Murderous Cut the Rhino that's in play. And I get to return that to my hand.
Go ahead.
That is a pretty sweet interaction, if I do say so myself. All right, so this upcoming turn, I feel like we're not going to kill anything because we're just going to use it as a setup turn, and I want to get this going, so let's go ahead and play a Goblin Rabble Master.
Yep.
Make a token, and I'll attack with everything.
All right, I'll take 5.
Okay, and I gain 2, so 23 to 18.
Yep.
You're up. And I can fire this off if I need to, which I might choose to.
All right.
So you have 2 Rhinos, a Sidisi, 2 Sidisis, and 2 Rhinos to whip back.
Yeah. All right, so we'll play this. I think that I just want to whip a Sidisi here.
All right, I feel like
Trigger.
with that trigger on the stack, I have to kill it. So I'm going to stoke the Flame Sidisi, and I gain 4 life.
Wow.
22 to 23.
Go ahead.
All right.
Your hand was very good.
It was a hand. It was a hand of magic cards. Kind of like this card is pretty good. And I will make a couple of tokens and go to combat and attack with everything. Trigger this.
We'll block here.
Okay, so you
I'll
take.
take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's 3 for 5, 6, 7.
I gain 1.
Oh, okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Well, you
6.
should just block this thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll block that guy too.
Okay.
Oh, and one of the tokens.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna take 1, 2, 3. You're gonna take 3 total.
So yes, I'll take 3 total.
And I gain 2. I go to 24.
20 to 24. Sure.
All right, no Doomwick Giant. Go.
I'd like to draw a Whip of Erebos.
A Whip of Erebos?
That's not bad either.
Do you already have the Doomwick Giant in your hand?
I do. Alright, well, he can Murderous Cut here. So I think that this is actually better.
Whew. Sure. All right, we got ourselves a game again.
Go ahead.
Look, like I was pulling away a bit, but Hornet Queen kind of put an end to that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was a good draw. All right, let's make 2 tokens, and I'm just going to send, I guess, all the tokens in, because I don't really want to lose the rest of my guys. So we'll just send in all these tokens.
I'll block 2 of them with Caryatids and 1 with the Hornet Queen.
Okay. I am going to activate Soulfire Grandmaster's ability.
Oh, yeah, Rabble Masters have
you're
to
right.
attack.
They do have to attack. Oh, that makes things bad. All right. That's awkward. All right. Rabble Masters are also attacking then. Actually, if that's the case, this is attacking too.
All right, well, that changes how I block, I guess.
That changes a lot, yeah.
All right, so we'll just do like this. I'm going to put 2 on each. That way he would have to have 2 removal spells to save 1. Here, and then 2 tokens.
Sure. I'm going to go ahead and activate Soulfire Grandmaster's ability.
Are we dooming?
I am going to cast Abzan Advantage.
Really?
Yep. I'm going to have you sacrifice an enchantment. And I'm going to bolster onto the thing that's being blocked by the Hornet Queen.
Sure.
And this goes back to my hand. All right. So damage, these all die, that all dies. You're going to take 4 total.
Sure. 16.
All right. These are dead.
And the 1/1, the token one is dead.
You're up. No. Okay. Whew. I was a little afraid about a second enchantment there.
I mean, I was just waiting forever. I've had the Doomwake for a long time.
All right. I'm gonna activate Soulfire Grandmaster.
Abzan Advantage.
And yeah, go ahead and Abzan Advantage, and I'll put the counter on the Soulfire Grandmaster.
Sure.
Actually, yeah, so I can keep attacking in. This goes back to my hand, and I'll attack. And I should tap
I'll block with one of these.
better. All right, so I'm going to gain 3, and you're going to take 2 down to 14.
Yep.
You're up.
Yep.
All right, draw. Play a land. Attacking with both.
Bluff one.
See if casting Abzan Advantage here actually increases my clock at all. I don't really want to do it in case he draws a whip, so we're just going to go to damage. So you go to 12 and I go to 30.
Sure.
You're up. Now I'm going to activate and then cast it at end of turn just to put a counter on this thing.
Yep.
Draw. Let's go ahead and go to attacks. All right, so you go to 9 and I go to 33.
Sure.
And I'm going to play an Outpost Siege on Cons.
Yep.
You're up. All right. And let's hit a Thoughtseize, which I'm definitely not going to be playing. You're at what right now? 9?
Yes.
And you have no cards in hand?
Nope.
All right, I'm going to Abzan Advantage. And put a counter on this. Attack for 7, and then
2.
Crackling Doom.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of a crazy game. Jeez.
Yeah. I was always 1 mana short of doing 2 things in a turn.
Abzan Advantage, pretty good.
Well, I think that I want the 3rd drown. Just literally never kill any of your creatures.
Yeah.
I want the 3rd drown.
Man, Soulfire Grandmaster was so ridiculous that game. That is unreal. Like,
I mean, well, like, if the card never dies, it's always going to be great, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, even then, it was just like, it was pretty phenomenal.
I Thoughtseize for drown. Oh man. And the turn I whipped, I was 1 land short of being able to play Doomwake and Whip.
That would have ended things.
Although, like, since you had the cut, like, if I Doomwake and then cast Whip, you can just cut
I can
the
cut
Doomwake.
it.
And,
Yeah, I can cut the
doesn't
Doomwake.
get to do anything. You just had the right cards at each turn.
I definitely did. For 5 lands, 2 Crackling Dooms, that hand ended up panning out pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, my hand was just like four lands, Thoughtseize, Wayfinder, Caryatid. Like, it wasn't a great hand. This hand's actually good, so I'll keep this one.
All right, well, my first 4 cards cost 4 mana and weren't lands, so mine was a 1-lander. I have to ship that one back.
This deck is really sweet, but feels kind of awkward. I think that if I were to played it, I think had I played more, I would have had a better chance to win that game. There's a lot of decisions that I could have made.
Yeah, that deck just has so many decisions to make. I mean, this deck actually has I mean, almost every deck in Standard has decisions to make, but even for like a deck like this that just feels like, you know, a bunch of aggressive creatures and burn spells, you still actually have like a good number of decisions that you have to make. All right, I can keep this.
Go.
I'll lead with the caves. You're up.
Go.
All right, and here I will. Yeah, I'll just play this. I'll take a point and cast a Seeker of the Way. You're up.
Yep. Right.
All right, so I'm at 16 and you're at 23.
Go ahead.
And I draw this. Here we just have to fetch.
Crackling Doom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to 15, then 13. But then I'm gonna gain 3 life back. When I cast a Crackling Doom.
Yep.
So I'll be at 16 and you'll be at 18.
Yep.
All right, you're up. This deck deals a lot of damage to itself, but thanks to like Seeker and Soulfire, it can gain a lot of that life back. In fact, I think I may have forgotten to gain 4 life off of Stoke the Flames last game.
Yeah, I don't think it was relevant.
I don't think it was.
Go ahead.
All right.
So this is kind of awkward. We just basically want to not let him get ahead on board here.
All right, well, I'm going to attack.
I'll cut it.
Okay. And I'm just going to play another one.
Yep.
And I take 1 to cast it, so I'm at 15. You're up after that.
All right, good card. Come on, deck. That's not what I was looking for. It's not bad though, so.
That's pretty good.
Good.
All right, deck.
Crackling Doom.
I'm at 15 right now. And you're at 18?
Yep.
Yeah. This is kind of awkward. I kind of think that I just I don't want to lose that Doomwake Giant, but I also don't want to just throw away everything for it. So I'm gonna fetch down to 14, get a Swamp, go to 13 and cast a Butcher. And I don't know if I'm supposed to sacrifice the Seeker of the Way or not. I think probably not, but if he has another Doomwake Giant, I'm going to regret not sacrificing it. So I'm going to hope that he doesn't have another Doomwake Giant. You're up.
You have 3 cards?
3, yep.
I'll attack.
All right, I'm not going to block here. I don't want to lose my Butcher.
Nice, take 4.
So I'm at 9.
I'll cut the Butcher. Go.
I will go ahead and play another Seeker, taking 1.
Yep.
So I'm at 8, and I'll attack you with this one.
You have 2 cards?
2.
No blocks.
All right, so you're at 16. Here we go.
Yeah, it might have been right to block there, but oh well.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
So you're at 14?
Yep.
Sure.
I'll attack. Yeah, you can't kill it because of the trigger.
I can kill it.
Oh yeah, before 6.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean if you want to.
All right, I'm going to. I take a point to cast the stoke though, but then I'm going to gain 2 life.
Sure.
So I'm going to end up going to 7 to 9. Is that right?
Up to 9.
I was at 8, right?
Yeah.
So I go to 7,
Yeah,
and then I'm going to gain 2 life.
And I'm going to gain. And go to up to 18.
Yep.
Good.
All right, Abzan advantage would be great here. Attack you for 2.
16.
Actually, you don't have something that kills me, do you? You just have the Doomwake?
Yeah, just a Doomwake.
Go. Alright. Doomwake.
Attack.
So I go to 5 and you go to 20?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alright. Draw. Attack.
I'll block.
Abzan advantage. I will gain 4 life. I got a 9. Go. That card is great.
Wow.
That card's great. Magic's great. Like, this is awesome.
Go ahead.
All right. Draw. Attack.
No blocks.
No effects.
I'll cut.
All right. Instead, I'll play a Temple of Triumph,
Bottom?
and I'm gonna bottom a Caves
Yeah.
Playlist. I do not want that. You're up.
Magic's great. This game's great.
Magic sucks, man.
Trigger.
All right.
Sam Black's coming for you. Go ahead.
All right. Come on, deck.
You are at 9 though.
Go.
Combat.
Sure. Before attack, inside combat, but before attacks. I'm gonna cut this. I take it. I'm at 7. I'm at 4,
I have to tap like this.
and you're at 23. All right, deck.
4, 23.
Go.
Combat.
Sure. Crackling Doom. Hopefully that's enough to cause me to not die.
All right, you go to 2.
You go to 21.
21.
Sure. Uh-oh.
Been sitting on that forever. But
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, what can I even draw here? I don't have Portaling Outburst in my deck anymore. Go. No blocks.
So I'm going to attack you for 5.
Good games. Good games. Yeah.
That card is unreal.
Which card?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that card is great. That card is awesome.
Jeez. All right.
All right, so that was 5 games for our live versus video. I want to
Correct.
thank everyone for watching, and special thanks to Nicholas and Alan who let us use their decks.
Absolutely. What did you think of your deck?
I thought it was actually pretty. I mean, I actually had a lot of fun. Like, I thought it was pretty awesome too. I think right now everyone's playing these red-white decks, and I think that Mardu actually can bring something to the table that red-white doesn't necessarily have access
Crackling
to.
Doom.
Crackling Doom, which we saw was phenomenal, and also Butcher, which was phenomenal too.
Yeah, Butcher's really good. It's like a Stormbreath Dragon that's like one lower on the curve. Pains me to say that, but it is.
It is.
It feels like Stormbreath, but 1 lower on the curve. And then Thoughtseize helps shore
Yeah.
up the control matchups, which red-white struggled with a little bit. 4 Outpost Siege now kind of helps that quite a bit.
Yeah.
But this deck can also play Outpost Siege.
Yeah, this deck can also play Outpost Siege. Like, it can play the same all the same cards that red-white plays, but it has more options as well.
Yeah.
Thoughtseize helps a lot against control decks. Mardu Charm as well helps against control decks. That was in the sideboard too.
Yeah, the little-known Duress mode on Mardu Charm.
After seeing Abzan Advantage, I feel like people should just not even be playing Erase. Like, that was my first time playing with the card, and it was just a giant blowout
decks
both
like this,
times.
yeah.
So I don't know.
it's
I was
pretty
really
sweet.
impressed with that. Wingmate Rock was great out of the board too.
Although a big difference would be
Phenomenal
like
that game.
if I had Courser and Whip in play, and then you draw Abzan advantage, then I can just sack the Courser and keep the Whip.
It's true.
So, like,
there are disadvantages.
Being able
it.
to pinpoint can be relevant.
I never drew a Chain to the Rocks. I'm not sure how good they would have been.
I mean, you only have 2. I only had an answer in that last game with
Reclamation
with the Rex
Sage? Yeah.
So like that's one of the big things about the Mardu decks and the red-white decks is like just how much enchantment hate that you want to bring in. Before Outpost Siege, it was 0 because like your Glare of Heresy hit their Seeker of the Ways and Chain to the Rocks, so
Yes.
you didn't need any enchantment hate. But now that Outpost Siege is the best thing since Chandra Pyromaster, like Glare of Heresy doesn't hit that, so you kind of want to have like an erase because that card can just run away with games. But then again, if they don't draw Outpost Siege and you have a race, like it's just a dead card and it can cause you to lose.
Like that Reclamation Sage you had that last game just rotted in your hand the entire game. It
Yep.
could have been good, but if I just had Rabble Masters and things, it would have been really awkward.
That's one of the benefits of Rex Sage is even if you don't have it, I can just play it as a 2/1 to be able to block your Rabble Masters.
That is true.
And then at the end there, it allowed me to attack, through a removal spell.
So what did you think of the 4-color deck?
As always, the mana is going to be awkward in these types of decks.
Yeah, I mean, it actually didn't seem like your mana was that bad, though.
Well, I can cast my spells, but
Yeah.
these types of decks are so mana hungry. You're like, a lot of times, like I was finding that I just couldn't do what I wanted to do with my mana.
You couldn't do multiple things at turn.
Yeah,
or-
like getting to be able to do multiple things a turn is huge. Murder's Cut helps with that, but even then, you're kind of wary of delving away your creatures. But sometimes you just kind of have to.
Yeah.
I do think that Sidisi Whip is pretty well positioned right now. I don't know if I like the Siege Rhino add-on to it. Obviously, this isn't a matchup where Siege Rhino is going to shine because you have Crackling Doom. But against decks that are leaning on Stoke the Flames is ways to remove big creatures. Siege Rhino is just very good against them.
Yeah, I think Siege Rhino. I mean, the Siege Rhino is just such a powerful card that it's hard to say that it's wrong to play a Siege Rhino in your deck.
Absolutely. And especially with a deck like this, it's pretty much a free roll.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see the reality shifts.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty sweet. Just like a blue ant, like the 2/2 is never going to be relevant against my deck of Caryatids and
You can also
Sidisi's
reality
or
shift your
whatnot.
own guys too.
Yeah, absolutely. You can reality shift your own guys. Sometimes like you might hit like a better creature, but I mean there's literally nothing better in your deck than Butcher of the Horde. So like if it hits another Butcher, then it's just a wash. But if it doesn't, then it's always going to be a net win.
Yeah.
So cards like Butcher, Stormbreath Dragon are perfect candidates to get smacked by reality shift.
And when you have your own coursers in your deck, you get to see the top part of your library.
Yeah,
You can
makes
actually
manifest pretty game changing.
Yeah, like if you see just like a Sidisi on top of your deck and you have a course or a Caryatid in play, you can just choose to reality shift if you want to.
Yep.
Or, a Satyr Wayfinder or some other creature you don't care about, which that deck's going to have a lot of random tokens and things in play all the time.
For sure. So this was actually really fun. This is
was
our
fun, yeah.
This is our third live versus video. We've done Legacy and Sealed, so we're kind of making the rounds. Fourth actually, because we did one in Vegas too.
We did. We've done 4.
So we're kind of making the rounds. The whole having people submit their deck list thing was pretty sweet.
It was.
I like being able to play with other people's decks. Like I don't own these foil cards, but the deck was really fun to play with.
There are
So
a
I
couple
do
of foils in
appreciate
here
it.
too.
That swamp is pretty clutch.
It was clutch.
So thanks everybody for hanging out and watching us with this live video. We'll be back, I believe, next week with normal versus video action. However, as some of you have seen,
It'll be live from Roanoke.
live from Roanoke, as many of you have seen, there has just been spoiler action going crazy for
Yep.
Dragons of Tarkir. So please let us know what you want to see in the next versus video. You can even tweet it to either of us and SCG Live. Let us know what cards you think are sweet for the versus video, or from Dragons of Tarkir that you want to see in versus video.
There's a lot of good ones.
I already know that I want to play with the new Sargon because he seems real sweet and I like Teamer. But yeah, there's a lot of real good cards.
I'll probably play with some of those boring blue-white cards, like Bard Narset and Otejai's Command and the Dragon and stuff like that.
Yeah, those cards are real good.
Yeah, they are. So.
All right, well, thanks for coming by and hanging out, everybody. And for BBD, CVM is signing off. Let's catch you guys later.
See ya.
Make sure you stick around the rest of this weekend for SCG Live coverage of the Grand Prix.
See you again. Yeah.